There's a lot on deck to talk about in this forecast. We are going to spend a good amount of time talking about beach conditions, even days ahead of time, because I know folks are making plans now. So let's get at it. Take you out to Avila Beach and look at all the folks out there today, days ahead of the weekend. And again, the weekend's going to see a lot more folks and entirely different weather and tide and surf conditions. And that's the headline here. 66 San Luis and Santa Maria right now, 67 in Paso Robles, 63 at Los Osos, 69 Santa Barbara, 75 Santa Ynez, and the winds are onshore, not particularly strong, clearly not strong enough to mix out all the low clouds at the beaches. Okay, let's get into it. For the weekend, a strong south swell from storms in the southern hemisphere that took weeks to get here arrived this weekend, 3 to 5 feet at 17 to 19 seconds, and also a wind swell of 8 to 10 feet, which is higher than prior forecasts at 5 to 10 seconds. Now, I know none of those numbers look huge by themselves because sometimes we'll get 20 footers that go up the pier in winter, except that this particular situation, these southerly swells, they interact with the seafloor in a different way. And then they interact with the northwest swell and create rogue waves. And the fact that the swell period, the difference in time between the arrival of one wave and the next being nearly 20 seconds, can lull you into a false sense of security and also entirely different kind of rip as well. On top of that, we also have huge tide, 6+ feet of tide. So that means on Saturday evening and on Sunday evening, the tide is more than 6 feet, meaning all that water is going to creep up the beach line, reducing the amount of acres of beach. So people are going to have to get away from that. Also, that adds into those wave conditions as well, making them even more dangerous. On top of that, strong northwest winds will churn up cooler water. It's called upwelling, and it could reduce the water temperature to 50 to 54 degrees, meaning if you get in the water for a long period of time, you can introduce certain kind of health risks. On top of that, we also have a lunar eclipse for the weekend. This is Saturday night. The maximum partial eclipse is at 9:29. A number of links to more information about this can be found on my social media. I'm TV Dave Hovde on Facebook. Please like and follow. Lots of additional information always posted there. Always posted early if you want to get the forecast before we get into a lot of these newscasts. So you can see tomorrow, also another mild day for the interior, but look at that peak of temperature Saturday and Sunday. Another thing to think about this upcoming holiday weekend. Again, tomorrow, like today at the beaches, but warming for the weekend with temperatures at beaches in the upper 70s and low 80s. You can imagine the amount of people at the beach being introduced to some of those risks I mentioned earlier. It's a significant factor in coastal valleys, mid 80s. Right now, a lot of cloud cover at the beach, and the modeling is just showing night and morning cloud cover, retreating to the beaches and reforming. But the big change arrives on Saturday. Look what happens. Skies clear out. We warm up. That's the cold front that came through today that really reduced the interior temperatures. Nationally, it's warm, it's muggy, temperatures in the 90s through, I'd say, 2/3 of the country, excluding the west. 66 Seattle, 91 Sac, 75 San Diego tomorrow, and 73 in SLO and Santa Maria and Santa Barbara, Santa Ynez, 77, 85 in Cuyama, California Valley, 83, 81 Shandon, beaches, mid 60s, low 60s along the north coast. And again, that 5-day forecast, you can see the jump across Santa Barbara County, but it really is most noticeable in the interior. Much more to go in this newscast. We'll be back right after.